We are back. Greg is still alive, so we've been kind of on hiatus for a week or so because this guy almost blew up. Yep, no, you got your appendix taken in time. In the meantime, well, I'll talk about the beers that we're gonna be drinking tonight. But welcome back to Beer Analysis 101. Your host Maxwell Starr, and of course these guys. But we'll talk about everybody, a bunch of fuckheads. We'll talk about these guys here in a moment. But so this is a good segue into not your ordinary IPA. That's the theme for tonight. So you want to drink some IPAs? We're gonna drink some IPAs tonight, but they're not your ordinary stuff. Just like Scott's very much not ordinary right now. But first, let's take a look at who we have with us, starting with first person to join tonight, which was actually Redbeard. Good day, sir. Long time no drink with you. What be going down, beer to the world? What beer did you bring tonight? Yay. I bet you are. Alrighty, so next up is Scott. What the fuck? Not your ordinary. It actually kind of blends with your head and shirt. Whoa, that was red. So, Scott's testing out his new lighting system in the apartment now. What did you bring with you? Moogset IPA? Ooh, off-grid. High Tower. Greg knows that is the name of a bike. Santa Cruz, I think. Meductic? They're in Meductic? Shit. Where the fuck's Meductic? What are you kidding me? I drove right by Meductic when I was up in Nakawik and I didn't stop there. Fuck. God damn it. Alright. Anyway. I would have had to drive 20 minutes out of my way, so that's why. Hi, Justin. Does Justin have tonight's beer? Oh, fuck. Alright. What is going on? I'm gonna throw this fucking thing at the window. Alright, so where's the audio outputs for this fucking thing? Weasley is here. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck?
I just checked that the live
How
thing
about
is
now?
definitely only. Okay, let me check.
Is that coming through now?
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Fuck, I hate this thing. The thing is, we haven't used Streamlabs OBS for so long that it actually forgot where my fucking audio outputs, which haven't changed on this computer in years.
That's okay. We're gonna go back. We're gonna have AI do subtitles for everything you've missed.
Just add
so
subtitles for Scott's.
Right back.
So to recap here, Redbeard is doing all right. He's got Lake of Bays Brewery's Downtime Juicy Light IPA. Fuzz has a unicorn, as well as OG's Off-Grid Ales Hightower Double IPA, which is, as I was mentioning, is a model of a bike that Greg probably knows about. Greg's actually up next, so we'll talk to him now.
What?
Or were you here first?
I was here in a second, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, shit.
Wow.
All right, Lee, you're up.
So it's like he has something against you.
Motherfucker.
Well, I got something against Greg, but
yeah, that's later though.
Jesus.
So I have something similar in the way of what Redbeard brought to the show tonight. I have Propeller Brewing's Anytime IPA.
Ooh, Anytime.
Which they call a session ale at 4.5% alcohol by volume. So, India session ale, essentially.
Nice.
Cool.
Alrighty, let's thank you, Lee. Let's go over to Greg. Hi, Greg.
Did anyone else get here before me that wishes to get there before?
At this point, I don't care. Just say what your beer is.
Hold on. Did anybody get it? Just because I missed people. So I heard Lee's, and was anybody else going before that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Redbeard went. I don't even know if Dan's gone. Scott is a unicorn, so fancy him. Anyway, I'm going to talk. Well, those of you already know my thoughts on this beer because this is the same beer that I did on Dan's review. But since nobody watches Dan's channel, you have no idea what it is. So
Flying Monkey something.
Flying Monkeys Rainbow and Smile. So not only is it a double IPA, but it's a wacky IPA. Look, it's got all these Disney characters on it. They're all happy. It reminds me of that South Park episode where they're all happy and then they start having the blood orgy in the forest.
Happy friends.
What?
No,
Rainbow and
happy
Styles?
friends.
Yeah,
The Christmas critter Christmas. I can't remember. Yeah, they were horrifying.
Chris Peters killed
Yeah.
his
To Lady Lee's credit, they came back in the Imagination Land episode. I remember.
Yeah, I think they're in one or both of the South Park RPGs as well. This is a Rainbow Sherbet Double IPA, 8.1%. Very exciting. Also, my after surgery, my taste was changed, so my palate was even stupider than normal. So I'll be interested to see, because I haven't had this since I had it with Dan, so I'll be interested to see if it tastes any different.
I found that one, finally, in Alexandria, so I get to taste it after that you guys did the review. So.
Nice.
Yeah. And, you guys posted the review, and I was like, oh, shit, there it is. I found it.
I know,
we brought it into
several times.
We thought about it and we brought it into fruition for you. So there you go.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Okay, let's
We
go.
thought it was more fun for you to watch than participate in.
Alright, Dan, your turn. First of all, hi Dan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to do tonight, and I think I kind of need to. I don't think I've done either of these on the show. So I'm going to go 8.3 or 6.5. You choose.
8.3.
8.3. I had to figure which one's stronger. You always go for the stronger one.
Does my mic sound fucked up to you guys? Chris is in the chat saying my mic sounds full of static.
It was a little bit crackly, yes.
You're correct.
It sounds okay to me now, anyway.
Yeah. A weird.
So,
don't yell into it. I wasn't. I don't know. Ah!
No, it works now.
There is a slight echo to it, but it's not that bad. It's only if I'm listening to it, I kind of notice it.
It wasn't echo. It was a scratchiness whenever, it felt like you were, peeking your mic a bit.
Swallowing it? Well, yeah, there's a question. Is it back now? Is it scratchy now?
No.
Okay, that. No. Yes. No.
It's not scratch.
I don't notice it.
There's
Okay,
a couple
'cause-
of pops.
Because I had some music playing. I was wondering if maybe it was picking up that while I tried to do the noise canceling thing, but I don't fucking know. Now
Anyway,
Chris says it's
go
good.
ahead.
Okay, sorry.
ahead,
Sorry.
Dan.
Keep going. Everyone, I'm sorry.
Yep, go, Dan.
And this is the most Jay Terrio fucking hangout I've ever seen. That it wasn't one of his hangouts. Anyone want to get racist all of a sudden, just to solidify the whole thing?
I'm going to swear in a couple of minutes if
I
people
thought
keep
I
cutting
thought
me
Dan
off.
was
but-
gonna get.
Well, and then even a Jewish guy and a black guy walk into a bar, and I don't know.
I have a clawfinger song I could play.
I don't know
Anyway,
what that is, but it's probably terrible.
Nick knows.
so I don't
Oh,
think
that,
I've done this
no.
on this channel yet before, but
I don't know.
if I have, oops, if I haven't, we're going to look at something that Chris has actually done before. I've done it as well. We're going to look at chromesthesia. It's an Imperial Hazy IPA coming in at
How the
8.2%.
fuck do you spell that? So that's establishment.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So it's CHR.
What the fuck?
OM
What the fuck?
ES.
Hold on, I'm distracted. What happened to Carrie?
I don't know.
Fucking beer exploded
think-
everywhere. What the
I think his beer exploded on him.
Yeah, the
Oh
Lake
my
of Bays. You get that wet spot on the couch, and it's not from the fun stuff.
Oh.
That's the second time he's had beer explode on him. He had one last night too.
Ew.
God.
All right, so let's go. Chroma what?
Chromesthesia. So CHR OME STHESIA.
Okay then. Oh, just run with that. So what is that? It's an double IPA.
It's an Imperial Hazy IPA coming in at 8.2%.
Nice. All right then. Okay. Let's
Put this
thank you,
one
Dan.
back.
Hopefully that one doesn't explode all over your chair. So let's go to Lately. Hi, Lately. How are you doing tonight?
Right. Okay. Like I was just asking anybody that I didn't see. So I saw Lee's, I saw Dan's, and I saw Greg's. What does Scott have?
Scott has Hightower from Off Grid Ales.
A double IPA?
Dipa.
Hightower. Oh, perfect. And what does Carrie have?
Carrie has a wet
fucking
spot on
bullshit.
his couch. Downtime.
Downtime.
Downtime. Oh, I saw that one.
Oh,
Okay.
like the base.
Yeah, just
But
do
it
nothing but just
shake
look at it. I'm not recommending anything else.
Right,
This was not
so,
shaken.
I went with. There was okay. So the one I really wanted to try before, but Greg said that juicy IPAs are not are ordinary. So
Well,
I
they
was
kind of are
Greg.
nowadays.
And then I also
Okay.
had
You insist.
the other. I also had the other double IPA from Five Monkeys, the coconut one, which I was really interested in trying. But I fell for Navigator IPA.
Black Rabbits.
Ooh.
Because what the fuck is that?
It's a Navigator.
Yeah. Which is great.
It's a regular IPA?
It's regular IPA, but it's called a Navigator IPA.
Navigator
Because when you
IPA.
drink it, you follow your own path.
What's the
Yar.
ABV?
Nah,
What-
you'd be keyhauled in the hull of a ship's
No, it's
high
plain
seas on the
Navigator.
way to India when you're drinking that.
A plain Navigator.
Oh God, Long John Lowe is here.
You'd be
The
navigating.
reason I picked it,
Yar.
brewed for those who clear their own path.
What's the ABV?
Be brewed by those who clear their own path from their nostrils with their fingers.
4.9.
Okay, so almost a session. Just basically a session.
4 point?
Basically, yeah.
Is it 4.3?
9.
4.9.
4.9. Oh. All right.
I labeled that under session IPA.
All right.
I'll be right
So
back.
let's talk about dancing. This the one I'm gonna drink because this one's gonna be probably some interesting to you. So I got a beer that was brought back for me from Quebec, and I've had it before. It's delicious, but I'm actually kind of stoked to have gotten a couple of bottles of it brought back because it's really freaking good. This is Microbrasserie Le Naufrageur's Raccoon Imperial Black IPA 10.2, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 10% ABV.
Okay.
black IPA at 10%.
Yep.
Wow, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Better be dank as fuck.
Right. Jesus. All right. So let's just circle back around to who do we start
Do we have
with?
any? Do we have any comments?
We do. We'll read them. We'll read them after we do the histories of the beer. So,
Any comments that aren't just saying, "Hey, we can't hear you"?
well, there's off the tent saying Carrie's mic's full of static, which it isn't. I think it's just
That's still
StreamYard
noise related.
We're good now, damn
or
it.
my computer.
All right, no more noise related complaints in the comments. Thank you.
Ablino Reno says I choose Nick's beer.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Ablino Reno Jamie Zing Zing isn't even here. He was asking what the beer was, and he didn't show up.
Yeah, well, all the people in
Rude.
the chat, those who can't just sit in the chat and criticize like little bitches, so you can fuck right off.
Wow.
Cool.
Alright, so-
He's diverted his attention to them now.
Okay,
I'm
so
no longer
Carrie is up
concerned.
front and center because he was going to tell us all about his history with this beer, even though his beer is practically history all over his couch.
I have yet to drink it. This thing is fucked. The head is all looks like an ice cream cone.
It's like a teenager's hairdo with all the extra like crap in their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a hair joke to a bald guy.
Hello.
Ooh.
I must say, Nick and I are the only males who have hair here.
I must say,
I got hair, just not a
You
lot.
say males with hair.
That's not
Lady Lee,
bad.
yeah, she's a female, so she doesn't count.
It wasn't bad, right?
I don't know.
Captain Picard was a very strong male character
There's
who
nothing
was
wrong
also
with
bald.
being bald.
Okay.
Captain Picard had the full-on
I'll
back
be
of the head hair. He wasn't fully shaved head. This
Not
this,
until
this
later.
this beard is kind of fucking what the fuck?
Anyway, yeah. So, what's your history with the beard, Redbeard? Not the current taste.
Not the
because we know
taste
that's
of the
bad.
beer. What's your history with it? Have you had this
History.
before?
The two sips you just saw me take. That's my
That's your
history with the
history?
beer.
That's his history.
Cool story, bro. All right, so let's roll on to the fuzz. Hi, Fuzz.
Hey. Hi. I've had this beer before. I've had this beer multiple times before. There's a few other ones from the same brewery I've tried. This one says here it's brewed off grid. I would assume it's it's all solar powered and wind powered and all that nice jazz. But yes, I've had some of their products before. Have not been disappointed. So it's a very interesting beer, and I will talk about it when we get to the review. But yes, I've never been there myself, but I wouldn't mind going for a road trip. Hint, Nick, hint.
Hint. You should do that at some point. Just to take a day or something and just drive up to breweries that belong like the River Valley or something. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Right on. Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, so that's my history with OG.
All right. Okay, Mr. Lee. What's your history with the beer you got?
I bought it for the first time 2 weeks ago, I think. It's a brand new thing from Propeller. They just started releasing it in 12 packs of cans, so I was like, I needed a 12 pack to have run the house for maintenance beer, and that looked like it might potentially be interesting. It's like it kind of hinted that it's going to be kind of a juicy tropical thing, but it said it was more citrus based, so it's like, okay, it's probably not going to be a New England style thingy. So I figured I'd take a chance on it, have a nice little session IPA with good hop flavor around the house, and I reviewed it on my channel a little while back, but other than that, that's kind of my history with it. I've just been like having a can here and there over the last couple weeks. So here we are.
There you go.
But you only bought the 1 12 pack, and this is your. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
How many have you drank so far? Do you think?
Well, I'm down to my last 4, so yeah.
So you might have to get more.
Well,
Depending
I'm
if
well
you
see what
like
my review says. We'll see what my review says. Yeah.
All right.
Or if you watched his review, you'd already know.
Well, I suppose.
True.
So maybe he could be just like horking them down over the course of the last several weeks because it's in the fridge.
Horking them down?
Horking, drinking, but like forcing yourself to drink it.
Oh,
It's not gagging.
Okay.
It's not
Never
coming
heard.
back up.
Greg,
All right.
okay.
So thank you, Carrie. Let's go over to who we have next. We got Greg. Hi, Greg.
Org.
How are you
hello,
horking
Nick. How
that?
are you?
How are you horking that one down?
My horking's doing well, but by the way, is everyone look? My eye's still freaky. Isn't that weird?
Horking? What the heck
Yeah.
happened to your eye?
Yeah.
Sneeze too
Is
hard?
That's from no, that's from surgery. That's I think it was a lot worse. It was a lot worse. Yeah, your eyes become bloodshot. It's one of the things that happens. Also, the color is just fucked up on everything. That was weird. Now I was in the shadows. Yeah, no, they're a lot worse. I should post a gross photo in the chat later on. Anyways,
That's my video, our review as well, and he did it there too.
yeah, my eyes were grosser then, and they were even grosser before that. And I have a picture of it, because of course I do. So my history of this is, again, if you had watched Dan's video, you'd see history in the making as I first drank this beer with Dan, not Lady Lee. Only Dan was there. It was just me and Dan. You know, Lady Lee was
Have a can.
making them.
To be fair, Lady Lee didn't even know Dan had a channel, so it's fine.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know he had a channel until I showed up on it. So, you know, it's one of those weird things. You don't know a bear shits in the woods till you step in it. So, anyways, that's my history of that. So this is my second time having it, and you know, we'll find out what I think about it. Oh, Arnold just came downstairs. How exciting!
Nice. All right.
He just bugged Layla for no reason.
Sounds like Arnold.
Yeah.
It's like, get the fuck out of my way, pup. Darnold doesn't give a fuck.
He's like, hey, are you asleep? Are you asleep? Yeah? No? Oh, you're awake now. Cool.
All right. Let's go over to Dan. Dan.
Hi.
What,
Hi.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you drink that specific one a few times lately, even if it is
A few
new.
times. Yeah, there may or may not have been a flat that I've had of this beer.
Oh wow.
I may or may not have bought a bunch of 4-packs each time I get paid, and they still have it in stock. I may or may not have sent it over to Off the 10th, who reviewed it as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, my history with this beer, it's been very
Expensive.
much a lot. Yeah,
It's been very much
expensive is a good word. Considering it's $22 a 4-pack, so yeah, it's been expensive, but it's been a bit. So
Oh, I said extensive, but expensive as well.
well, expensive, you know. I think they start. They must start-
$22 a 4-pack. That's over $6 a beer.
Yeah.
That is when you want to treat yourself for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, my fridge has been fully stocked with this for a while, so.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, you know, I got to treat myself and put it beside the steam whistle I still have in there that I'm not drinking anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, I just pour that shit out in the fucking lawn.
I like to not kill my lawn.
Oh, okay.
I'll pour it out on one
No.
of my bad neighbor's lawns. How's
Fuck
There
your
you
lawn. Kill your lawn. Plant flowers and stuff. Fuck lawns.
Hey, Paradise.
Thank
Put up a
you.
parking lot.
Thank you, Dan. Let's go over to Laylee. Hi, Lee.
Okay, so I ended up changing my beer at the last second. I apologize. I was reading the description and it was boring.
Okay.
So I went with, because for the show, like, we went with a fun something out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
That one, I read it, it wasn't that fun. I just like the name and when it said, like, pave your own way. So, that's it. Anyway, so I changed it. I went with the Flying Monkeys one.
Yay! Just to make it more difficult for Nick.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves me right now.
Is that a lump of shit on the can?
It's a coconut!
Oh, it looks like a lump of shit.
So it's a
That's what I thought
coconut
it was.
lemon chiffon
Chiffon.
Shit.
double IPA.
Oh.
And this one comes in at 8.3.
Chiffon.
I think somebody had that on the show once. I feel
art-
like I
the
remember
art
typing
kind of-
that. Chiffon.
The art kind of looks like a green jelly album cover from the 1990s.
It really
Usually
does.
They'd have like they had that character.
pig, let me in. Oh, from the
They had that
hair,
one
make
song-
shit and shit.
They had that one song about a character called Shit Man.
I'll huff it, I'll puff it, I'll blow your roast out.
So I ended up going with this one because it was a lot more fancy sounding for an IPA.
Hmm.
So, and I haven't had it yet, so that's my history. It also
Alright.
ties in with my history. I have not had it yet. I've had a bunch from Flying Monkeys, but I haven't had this one. I saw it at the Alexandria LCBO, and I grabbed it. And I grabbed the one that Greg has, so I can maybe taste it with him later.
Ooh.
Fancy.
And actually, you're tasting Greg's beer from earlier because he did review that one on the show. I
This
remember him.
No.
Yep. The lemon chiffon, because we had to look up what a chiffon was.
Is it type of
Yeah,
dessert?
I mildly remember having that.
Alright.
Anyways, I decided just this one fits the description better. The other one, I'm sad I'm not drinking it because I really like the name and the description in general, but the flavor wise, I was like, this is just a standard IPA, and that's not our show today. Our show is not to have a standard one.
Yeah, I kind of wondered about that when you said it was 4.9%. I mean, it's got a cool name. I like the name. It's going to get that swashbuckling. We're going to be your own navigator. We're going
That's what I
cruise the
I
seven
felt for that as
seas
well.
and bring the East India
I felt
Company
for that as
bringing
well,
the
'cause I
beer
was
to
like-
the colonies and shit.
I fell for that as well because that's why I initially had it because I was like, oh hey, this sounds cool. But yes, unfortunately, it was not weird enough to be in the weird beer IPA analysis.
Weird enough to...
The
Too weird to
double
die.
The double penetration IPA. The
Yeah.
DPI.
Yeah.
Diaper.
This was definitely more fun. So
Alright. Thank you, Lady Lee.
Coconut's always more.
Now my turn to get talked over when I'm trying to explain my beer. So I've had this beer before. I reviewed it a long time ago on my channel when I did a live beer review. I thought I had the tab open where I was looking at it. I might have closed it. It was like review 400 and something. It was. I actually reviewed it sitting in the middle of the St. John Ale House because they had brought in some bottles of it from Quebec. It's not the first time I'd ever had a beer from Naufrageur, but it was the one instance of them having a whole bunch of these on tap. And I think they were like leftover stock from like a big, like back when we used to have the Atlantic Canada Beer Festival. All the overstock from that beer festival would get distributed to stores around the province, which was awesome, but they don't do that shit anymore. And Alehouse was St. John Alehouse bought a whole bunch of it, blah blah blah. So I remember having this in bottle, but in the St. John Alehouse like in 2015, April 2015. So looking at my old Untapped, I didn't think as much of it as I thought of it a few months ago. Basically what happened is that a buddy of mine in my camera club went up to Quebec and cruised the Gaspé Peninsula. And Naufrageur was one of the breweries that he passed. I'd actually been to this brewery once before in 2018. But when he was visiting up, he asked me if there was anything I wanted there, and I gave him some ideas. He ended up bringing... In total, he ended up bringing me like over like 19 cans and bottles of beer back, including 2 of these guys. So, which was super nice of him. I mean, I did pay him back. But this one here, I had the first bottle when I was up there on August 4th, 2024, apparently, and I really liked it. But yeah, so that's kind of my history with this beer in a nutshell. I had it 9 years ago, and then I had it again not even a month ago, and it was the twin to this bottle. So,
Ooh, they were twins.
fancy. So I'm gonna click out here, and we have any volunteers to read the comments now that we have some?
I guess I can.
Okay.
All right, so getting past the fucking technical problems. Off the 10th chimes in and says he picks Dan's beer. That's cheating. You can't pick a beer that you've been bribed with. And Western Canadian reviewer Dan says, "LO, I knew you would, Chris." Then we got Alblino Reno saying he chose Nick's beer. Again, you can't just choose right away. Shut the fuck up. It's not how the show works. We got Paul in here saying, "Cheers, everyone." And
Cheers,
cheers Paul.
Cheers, Paul.
Cheers, Paul, for not
Scott
joining
has-
and giving somebody else a chance.
Scott has a Roni thing that you might be interested
Uh-oh.
in.
Hey, Scott. Where's your
Not me.
unicorn?
I threw it away.
Oh, well.
Hey, get off.
And
Right.
let's see.
It's a close-up of Lady Lee's pussy.
Not the first time I heard her say that.
Oh.
Off the 10th, said cheers, Paul and Jamie, and then he goes on to say, I'm going to find Lee's beer and review it, I think. So there we go.
I see a tail.
Yeah,
Still here.
Nixie's tail.
Jesus, Nick, don't make it dirty.
Just call me Angel, I'm the beer angel.
She's just awkwardly at the edge of my desk. Like, she's not standing very well. It's just funny to watch.
No, you know the thing. You can just kind of.
I just think it's funny to see Lee chasing tail there in the.
Oh,
If
Jesus.
cats can bop bop bop, you can bop 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 them.
Yeah, boop him right back.
Mhm.
That's right.
My cat
Something right
bops
off
me
the
and for me to pet her.
Well, that's the thing. You have to gather all the boops that she's given you over the years and just give her one big.
Boop to get going.
Or not.
I bought my cat just to get them out of the way too. So, you know,
I do when I
love.
need to.
Yeah.
But she just need to get out the way right now.
Yeah,
Just slap her like she's in an Italian horror movie.
Yeah.
all right, Nick,
What?
get the strain under control.
You're a train.
You're trained.
Chew, motherfucker.
I choose
Choo,
to
choo,
let
choo,
just
choo,
talk for a
Choo
bit.
choo choose you.
This is the talking part of the show. This is where we talk.
I am chewing. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Oh wait, you weren't talking to me. Never mind.
I had mac and cheese for dinner tonight.
Ooh,
Well, homemade.
Yeah.
nice.
Aw. Feed your inner child.
It was delicious. Okay, so Blue Dogs makes really good mac and cheese, and I eat it way too much. I'm gonna get fat on it. Right, Angel?
Well, it's nice that they have a children's menu.
I feel like most of the stuff Blue Dogs makes, if you eat it all the time,
It's
it's
fattening.
it's not the most calorie wise menu, I guess you'd say.
Is there any vegetables?
Oh yeah, but they're
There's vegetables.
they're usually stuffed inside a sandwich with a bunch of fried shit or something like, or yeah. But
No, there's side salad.
delicious,
Somebody getting side salad sometimes.
Yeah, I get garden salads a lot, and I usually get the Cobb salad for lunch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, yeah,
it's not.
Cobb salad's a pretty calorie intense salad generally. The egg
Not really,
and
not
a bunch
mine.
of
Mine has
No,
like
okay,
smoked
okay.
salmon, which isn't,
okay.
and then I don't get the cheese, and I don't use the dressing. I use just an oil vinegar dressing.
Fair enough.
So
Generic Cobb salad. I'm thinking in my head. It's like, yeah, that's most restaurants too. They serve them fucking huge. So, but
Redbeard, what about your beer? Talk about your beer. What are your thoughts about your beer, and what are your
well, spoilers.
Spillers.
fillers?
Other one didn't make it. Sorry. Fucking tasted like somebody took a bunch of random vegetables I don't like, boiled the water, carbonated it. Here, enjoy this light IPA. That was fucking gross. Straight up. Fucking 0.75 for the style and fucking 0.85 for my enjoyment. Gross.
Seems like you liked it.
4 sips. Yeah, gone.
Did you drain pour it?
I did. Haze Mama. for the
Oh,
wins.
drain pour.
All right. Well, Haze
That was
Mom was a more
nasty.
standard IPA, so it doesn't count.
Again, that's why. Yeah. So, Haze Mama. Like 9s across the board. It's like one of my favorites. It's my go-to. But yeah. Next person. Good times.
All right. Cool beans. All right, let's go over to the fuzzy. Scott.
Hey,
Really would have liked to see a more in-depth review of the other one.
We can circle
So-
back. All right, so
this beer, a very clean, refreshing double IPA. You has a hint of starfruit and a little bit of pineapple, which I'm not a big fan of, but it works here.
you're a pineapple.
You're a pineapple.
Whoa.
Upside down pineapple.
You live under the sea.
Oh,
It has a little bit of grapefruit taste, but it's still a very crisp finish, and just a hint of hops. Again, it's a double IPA, so you're going to get that hint of hops. But very clean it's very clean at the beginning, very clean at the end. This is my second time around buying it because I really, really enjoyed it the first time around. And I don't like IPAs. I don't like double IPAs or even triple IPAs. And I really enjoyed this beer. Quad? Oh, I like quad.
There's like one quad that I've had.
So this is a 7.8 alcohol by volume, and you don't taste the alcohol. Very dangerous beer. 4 of these will fuck you up. As far as I remember, it was reasonably priced at the New Brunswick Liquor Corporation, and a local company, local brew. For style, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because you don't get that double IPA taste that you're really probably looking for. But I'm not looking for it. So I give it a 9 out of 10 out of personal enjoyment. You can very well take 4 of these and have a night, and it would be a very enjoyable night. I'm feeling it already, so I'm good to go.
I can tell you're feeling it. I've never heard anybody else. Like, I only know that you and Nick, obviously, but I've never heard either of you before actually say the New Brunswick Liquor Corporation. It's always the NBLC. It's like me, I went to the I went to the liquor licensing. So I went to the Liquor Control Board of Ontario today. Yeah, I've never heard either of you ever. Yeah, but I've heard that too. Again, I just never heard either of you ever say the full thing word for word. Like, as soon as Scott said it, I was like, oh, he's feeling that beer. So that was funny.
But
it's a good time. It's a good time.
If I recall correctly,
7.8. That is on the low end of a, or like Imperial. Like I said, the regular IPA 7.5. Like 8. It's but I want to try that. It sounds tasty.
All right, that's great, Gary. Can I talk over Scott for a moment? All right, so I was just gonna say, if I recall correctly, Off Grid Ales, I think just recently sold to a new owner. They're not owned by the same company anymore, like same people anymore. The original founders of the brewery, they got out. However, based on what you're describing, I've always thought Hightower Double IPA was a fantastic double IPA from New Brunswick, and it sounds like it hasn't changed at all, which is great. I'm gonna have to go pick one up.
I would recommend it.
I need to rewatch Police Academy.
You really don't.
Random.
The first one and maybe the second one were.
Well, the first one has titties in it.
Okay, that's a good reason.
That's
2 good reasons right there.
It's
got titties in it. All right, so that's a side topic. So thank you, Scott. I wrote down 8 and 9. All right,
Tackleberry was a funny guy.
Mr. Lee.
Oh shit! If I get disconnected, it's because my kitty's walking across the keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta give her that good boop.
Blame that pussy.
Did no one see her boop the camera?
She did boop the camera. Anyway, Mr. Lee, go ahead.
Thank you. So anytime session IPA from Propeller, again 4.5% alcohol by volume. So it is technically, I guess, kind of a hazy because they've got wheat, barley, and oats in the mash bill here, so leaves it a little bit more hazy. Kind of gives the impression when you're drinking it that it has a teeny bit more body than what you might expect. I think also the fact that they set it at 4.5% kind of adds to that instead of going down to like 3 to 4%, somewhere in between there, where that's usually where they sit with like session IPAs. I'm happy to say that this doesn't go the super like tropical fruits that I don't like route of things. Like it's much more citrus based. It doesn't really go grapefruity or anything like that, but it's more like it's kind of vaguely like orange tangerine, that kind of thing. It's got a bit of a wheat mustiness to it as well as you drink, so it's a little bit dry. Finishes fairly dry and then kind of clean, like it doesn't linger at all. You do get like an initial little bit of hot bite at the end, but it immediately kind of fades pretty quick. But it's like, has all the pretense of like an actual IPA. but at the session IPA levels, right? And yeah, it's pretty good actually for what it is. Like, not my favorite style at all. I'm not a big fan of session IPAs, but they seem like kind of pointless to me, honestly. Like, if I want an IPA, I want something big and bracing and bold.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah,
Totally.
but it does the thing it's supposed to do, and it does it in a way that doesn't offend my taste buds, like most modern IPAs tend to do. So 7.5 for style. I think it's pretty well done. I can envision some ways that this style could still be done a little bit better. That's why I kind of leave a little bit of room on my scale there for style. My own personal preference, I'm actually going to knock it up a little bit from what I gave it on my initial review on my channel, because it's just drinking better tonight for whatever reason.
Better mood.
Maybe I'm in a better mood.
Better friends.
White
Better
dude
friends.
in the mood.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 as well for enjoyment. We'll buy again.
Nice. All right. Thanks, Lee.
Did you buy a 12-pack again?
Yay!
Have to.
Oh,
They don't sell in singles.
Oh,
They do
Yeah,
sell
sellers.
they do sell growlers at the Propeller bottle shop or
Yeah, you have
whatever.
to go to Halifax for that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Lee. Let's go over to Greg. Everybody's favorite Gregory.
I
Everybody's
am
favorite,
everyone's favorite.
still alive Gregory too.
Gregor.
Still alive. I am the best alive Greg
You
currently in
Because
this
I think
chat.
anybody listening in outside who isn't part of our little circle probably doesn't realize it because the first part of the chat got blanked out. That you survived yourself some appendicitis there a week ago. That's why we haven't been here for a while.
I did. I survived some that I probably could have dealt with antibiotics, but they wanted to cut it out instead because they're like, it'll come
Save
back.
to the metal way and just rip that flush out.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let me keep the appendix. I was gonna try to sell it to Dan. He could have
Made a
done
handbag
something
out
with
of it.
but
That's your property. What the fuck?
Exactly.
yeah,
No,
I
it's bio waste.
That's
when they take it out of you.
That's his bio waste. People want to bring it home and cook it up
They don't
and eat
do
it.
that.
Gross.
Yeah, I want to split it into 4 and give it to the dogs.
Jesus.
Because why?
Well,
Because
that's,
There
yeah, you
you
don't
go.
want to give them a taste for you, Greg. That's not a good idea.
Wow.
hey, listen, if Agnes is gone for a few days and I happen to die, I want the dogs to be well fed.
Oh, they'll still do that. Don't worry about it. It's just,
Yeah.
you know,
The cats will eat me first, while the dogs will be like, "Oh, we mourn him." The cats will just be like, "Fuck you."
well, the difference is, like, when you're dead, that you won't be able to resist, and they will just naturally eat you. But, like, if you give them a taste beforehand, then they might actually, like, hey, maybe this is worth working for. Maybe we should just kill them now and eat them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just want them to be healthy. And if eat feasting on my corpse, just get some a few days of extra nourishment, then I wish them the best of luck.
Well, I mean, if one of them bites into your liver or something like that, that dog's probably not long for this world.
I mean,
No, that dog's gonna have a good night if you
how much
fucking chomp
alcohol
down dog's liver.
have you had? How much alcohol have you had? And then all of a sudden, they're gonna bite into you.
I was gonna say after this double IPA, they may not want to bite into my liver.
Greg's just pre-pickling himself. It's fine.
That's right. Anyways, I have excellent liver function. They tested my blood twice, so yay me.
Wow.
Don't ask me how
That's
that. Don't ask me how that
cleaning it out
works.
with alcohol.
You know,
That's-
Greg keeps his liver exercised. You know.
That's right.
I feel
I
like
take my liver for a run every few days, and then I take my liver for a bike ride. It's great.
yeah, pretty much everybody here though, like as far as drinking, like nobody here drinks hard alcohol. Like
I do.
nobody mean like as often as we drink beer. Let's say. I feel like drinking beer on a regular basis, as long as you're not sucking back like the fucking hard, high ABV beers all the time.
Like facts 10% under a bridge.
Well,
Yeah.
but
sorry,
I feel like that's got to be like in beer, having a lot of the people, monks and stuff, substituting beer for food. You know what I mean? It actually has some nutritional value to it. I feel like drinking beer is a lot less hard on your liver than like drinking fucking rye and coke all the time.
There's more water content to it.
That's a big thing too, right there. Water, yeah.
Lady, would you please mind not interrupting Redbeard? He's trying to make a point here, and you're just rudely interrupting him. Thank you.
Redbeard's trying to talk over Kira. Greg, stop over talking, Kira.
Dan?
I'm gonna slap you so hard.
Carrie, would you stop talking over Nick? Shut up, please.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, beer review. So just refer to Dan's review. That's basically my review of this. It hasn't changed much. I will say, for those of you that don't watch Dan's channel, it's got an awful lot of raspberry to it. So if you like raspberry, specifically, you almost like a raspberry candy. Like I think I likened it to these old Polish candies, but I'm sure you can probably get them here too. And they're literally raspberry shaped candy, and they taste like raspberry, even though they're fake raspberry. Kind of tastes like that. I got a little more bitterness to this with Dan, but maybe that was just the bitterness of Dan's channel rubbing off on me. And so I don't get the bitterness today for whatever reason. I do get a little bit more lime. Maybe that's Dan just putting that into my mind because he got lots of lime. I didn't last time.
Might have been the bitterness that you lost an appendage. That's probably what it was.
That's the bitterness. There we go.
Did you just say appendage?
Yes.
He said appendage. He was correct.
Okay. What?
Appendage?
Appendix?
Appendage.
Appendage.
Appendix, I wouldn't call an appendage.
I don't think it's an appendage.
A friendage. Yeah.
It's inside of you. It's an appendage.
But it's at the end of something.
And the beginning of something else. All right, keep going, Greg.
Anyway, sorry.
It was like my colon's penis got cut off. Anyways,
It's more a vestigial organ.
Colon cock.
Weirdly enough, apparently my appendix was like extra thick. That's why they wanted to cut it out of me, not do antibiotics. So I don't know why did they make that part of me extra thick. Fuck only knows. Anyways,
I didn't give it to you. They're doing something with that fucking shit. Like
You study it for research.
oh shit! They sent the ashes to Lady Leaf.
One of the nurses was like,
now they have your DNA and they can clone Greg.
Oh, there we go. They're gonna like implant a Quispamsis Greg to annoy Nick all the time. He'll be like the Ned Flanders of Quispamsis.
God.
Hey Nick, can I borrow your lawnmower?
Like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Jesus. All right, Greg, keep going.
We're reviewing this beer apparently. So, like I said, I like this beer. I liked it then. I like it now. I probably like it a little bit more. And like I said with Flying Monkeys, they like to put a lot of bullshit together. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. I actually find more of their stuff sticks than you'd think. It's like, hey, there was that cotton candy double IPA a few months ago, and again, it's one of those beers you probably don't want more than one of, but they're always, it's like, hey, I want one of these. It's fucking delicious, and then I don't ever want to see this beer again for another day. And I'll have it tomorrow again. Same thing with this one. I don't think I'd want more than one, but having one is pretty tasty. It's a nice change from an IPA. If you like fruit beer, you like raspberry, you'll probably like this beer. Does it taste much like an IPA? Not really, but it's Flying Monkeys. Hey, let's just do the roulette wheel of random flavors, and works out more than you'd expect for Flying Monkeys.
It's the ADHD of beers.
That should actually be on the can. I mean, with all the writing they have, they actually have less writing than they used to. Like, I don't even feel like bringing my laptop there, but I have all the old boxes of Flying Monkeys because I'm a hoarder for some reason, and they have a lot of writing on them. They like to yep about stuff.
They have like a story on every one of their cans. Basically, it was
long stories, like a little fucking like a chapter of a book on their stuff. Anyways, so I give it a 7.5 with Dan. I'm actually going to up my rating to an 8. I'm actually quite enjoying this. That's my personal preference. Style-wise, I don't even know what the style is. Bullshit. Throw
IPA.
You know what? I am rating this as an ADHD IPA. That is what I'm rating this at. That is the style I declare this to be. That, Lady Lee would be impressed if she was paying attention right now, but her ADHD has kicked in. So I am giving this a 9 out of 10 as an ADHD IPA. I feel it could be more ADHD, but it's still pretty good.
I'm happy I put you on that.
Right.
You create an entire new beer style. We're gonna call the BGCP, whatever it's called. The albino rhino is going to make a live review of it today. And he'll, something, and there'll be squirt on the sheets. Done.
And his channel is better than yours.
Anybody else watching this on YouTube and like just looking at Greg right now in focus, it's like really kind of washed out looking. It looks weird.
I feel the lighting on my laptop is weird. It keeps covering me in shadow.
Yeah, the brightness on the YouTube stream looks really weird.
I know it does. I've been trying to fix it on StreamYard, but
you're trying some color correction shit. You're messing everything up.
well, it's because the output of this shit looks fucking terrible anyway.
Regular OBS is free. Regular OBS.
Yeah, regular OBS. You need a degree to figure out.
No, you don't.
Unless you carry.
It's like it's so many things you do. There's a bit of a learning curve. Watch a couple YouTube videos. It's once you get the hang of it, it's so customizable.
Anyway, so who's next?
Just ran away, so you're next.
I also got. I haven't seen Lady
Dan
Lee.
is next. Let Dan talk.
Jesus, Scott.
I haven't seen Lady Lee in this current location, setup, whatever it is.
No.
It's like, is this the same apartment?
I'm before Lady Lee.
Okay,
just-
go ahead. Sorry, Dan.
Way more organized. I'm just man, Lady Lee. I love your current location. Like it looks like you're in a different apartment. It looks like
She is.
Stuff looks so much more organized and like nice and fucking.
She is.
It almost seems like you got a green screen behind you or something.
Lee
To
is
be
in a
honest,
different apartment now. All right, so Dan's up.
is she? Where?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she moved several months ago.
Didn't know.
You were busy
She's
playing
even
Kingdom
close,
Come Deliverance.
she's even closer to Lewd Dogs now.
She's actually in the bottom floor of my house right now.
He just
Wow.
stole me.
The bottom floor of your house has some big fucking ceilings and windows. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What do you think he's been working on over these winters?
That's what you get out east.
Got some company to jack the house up one level, then built all this just for Lady Lee.
Yep.
That's commitment, man.
It was the terms and conditions for moving in.
Sorry, Dan. Go ahead, buddy. I apologize.
All right. Well, as we know, I've had this many times before. This is actually a really good IPA, Imperial. Comes out really hazy. Comes out almost grapefruit color, but at 8.2%, the alcohol is not there. Very well masked. So the establishment always comes out at least. They come out with what they call the White Can series, and they make this crazy sort of imperial hazy or imperial New England, whatever else. But they're always like high ABV, not 10% high, but between 7 and 8, or as 7 and 9, I should say, because this is over 8. They come up with these high ABV ones, and I always try and get at least a 4-pack of this. This has been one of the ones that a lot of people haven't gotten in a while, and I was like, you know what? I'm fucking buying this shit like there's no tomorrow. And I've been buying it and buying it and buying it. I really like it. It's got a great sort of, it's got a nice little tartness to it. It's got a little bit of a juiciness to it. You do have the tangerine. You do have sort of like a little bit of the orange, a little bit of tangerine. But you also have a little bit of the bitterness from the hops too. It's a little bit older, so the hops are starting to fall off a little bit. Because this was canned in July, I think. I do believe. Yeah, it's too small to read. I'm old. So it's canned in July, and well, I've put 1, 2, 3 people to sleep. Cool.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad. I mean, Nick's still awake, so that's a good thing.
What?
Anyways,
You mean a minute?
yeah, that's what I figured. But it's honestly a really good beer. I do like it. Like I said, I've bought a flat of it so far. So for the style that it is, as an Imperial Hazy IPA, it is a 9. For the flavor, my enjoyability, I've got to give it a 10 because I keep fucking buying it. I keep spending the money on it, and I keep going back. They still have it. So
Is that like a
that's where I'm
Western
at with
thing?
this.
Do you know the availability other than like west of Alberta or east of Alberta?
Probably nowhere.
Not that much because they usually do it in small batches. So
Small
you might be
bitches.
able to find it in Edmonton maybe, or just in Alberta, for example, like Edmonton, one of the
If
major places there, Red Deer possibly, but other than that, it's usually local to Calgary.
if you had some
Anywhere
really
truck-
cool local bottle shop that was doing random importing of stuff, maybe. I got Dan. Is that not like the West calling it a flat? That's something. Taught when speaking of beer. Here, anybody would either call it say a 2-4 or a case. Would that just
A case is 12 here. A flat is 24.
Okay.
Okay. The case is the case and 2-4 are
they're
interchangeable for 24 beer,
Yeah.
pretty much here. If you buy a 12 pack, I bought a 12 pack, bought a 6-pack, but I've never heard anybody
You never heard of
local
a
to me.
flat?
No.
I've always heard a case
I've
and
heard of it.
Case
just
and
nobody
a flat
local
are
to
the
me
same
would say
thing
a
at
flat.
2-4.
Yeah,
I
that makes
heard
sense.
flat. I hear flat quite often.
Yeah.
I know our
I've
friend
never,
here
uses
is
it a lot.
Case
never.
here is 12. Case here is 12, and then a
Okay.
flat is a 2-4.
Yeah,
Weird.
case has always been 12 for me, and flat is always 2-4.
No, like I just here. I've never heard anyone local to me call it a flat in my entire life.
Where Carrie lives in Twin Peaks. Yeah.
Hey,
That must be.
Like,
Gals
But
are
what's
not-
the machine pack?
they call it
What's
flats of
15
other things,
called?
but yeah, like or a pallet. But yeah, just
Can't be
never.
North Bay.
Yeah.
Your log does not judge. Yeah. All right, so that's Dan's ratings. Thank you, Dan. Let's go over to Lily.
Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this can for a second. So we were talking about the ADHD of beers. This is the can, right?
With the poop on the front. Gotcha.
Lot going on.
This is
on
my
the front.
book.
Mhm.
There is a lot of
That's
similarities
a
to
lot
this
of
can.
goodies.
I feel like you could sue them for copyright infringement.
This is what I was saying, that this company is like the ADHD of beers because they just add everything. This is me. This is this
Hyperactive
can.
ADHD.
So, thanks, Greg, for paying attention.
What? The
Missed
ADHD kicked in. I was reading my can.
You
What?
didn't see it.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll see it on the replay.
Fine, I won't show you. Anyways, yeah. So this it just made me laugh because as soon as you said that, I just totally thought of like their can art's usually like wild and packed together with everything, and like that's basically what I do for drawings is just complete doodles on a whole page. So like best description ever. As for the beer itself, I'm quite enjoying this. It's so I was kind of wondering because like a coconut lemon chiffon is something that is like it's a weird thing to put on a can, but when you think about it, like a chiffon is kind of like a light spongy cake, so the flavor in it is not like over the top crazy strong. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for not listening and going back to try and correct your mistake.
Yeah, well, now I'll go back and correct this, and I'll see what you're saying about talking about now.
Good.
Greg's trying to be the first person to prove
Or-
me wrong.
Or you could be in the moment. But anyway.
It's never been
Yeah,
my
you-
strong suit.
Anyway, so I find this beer does that really well because like you don't get this in your face of coconut and you don't get your in your face of lemon, and especially when you think of coconut, I usually think of like that artificial taste of coconut where it's just really nasty. I love coconuts. Like I have coconuts. Sorry, I love coconuts.
You
I absolutely love
love
them.
nuts, don't you?
Jesus, Nick.
I do enjoy peanuts that have chocolate.
Penis.
When you're talking about the male peanut,
Oh my
male
God.
balls, no, they're weird.
Let her finish.
So I enjoy coconut. Like I enjoy actual coconuts, but like artificial, absolutely not. This doesn't taste that way. It doesn't give you that artificial. It is just a very like it's there. You could tell it's like the star of the show, but it's not like center of attention. So it absolutely knows that it's supposed to be there, but it's not like fuck you in your face. Like it's perfectly like muted and well balanced. Like it's just enough that it's there, but not enough to like hate it.
Not
And
overpowering.
Yeah, and then like Greg was saying, his beer doesn't really taste like an IPA. This one does. You absolutely taste the hops. You taste the citrusy in the background. It is after. So you first take the sip, and it is that coconut and the lemon. And then as it progresses, you taste that IPA flavored, like your standard citrusy and your hoppy, whatever. And what's really nice too is that you don't get that like hop burn, like where it's intense. Like, because some of those beers, as much as the flavor's really good, like that aftertaste, like I can't do it because it gives me like instant heartburn. This is just like that perfect taste. Like it just, there's so much flavor to it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's quite
Sometimes you get
delicious.
that IPA after like the back end taste, like it got the back of your throat kind of stuff. But it sounds like it doesn't come in here.
No, it's got like all the best parts of an IPA, and it adds like a bit of fun to it. So when you're thinking
fun.
of like the beer topic of today, like I think this one matches very well. But since we're going by what it is, for
Style.
yeah, I'm just thinking of what I want to rate it. I think I'm just gonna go 9s all around. I think what it does really well, and I really enjoy the taste, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah,
Nice.
9's. Oh, and it smells delicious too.
Flying monkey.
And it's also, this is my brand of beer now. We've dubbed it the ADHD
The
brand.
ADHD.
ADHD brand.
They've won me over.
All right. Thank you, Lady Lee. Now the last schmuck that has to follow all this stuff up. That'd be me having to take up the rear.
You're still here, Nick?
Yes, I'm still here. But I'm the one
Taking up the
who's
rear.
got the heavyweight to back up everybody else's beer. So what was my experience with this beer? So, aroma kind of comes off as like pine, resin, pine, I'm almost getting like chewy caramel, chocolate, and tobacco coming out of the aroma of all things. The taste drinks more like an imperial stout. Has a big like a pine note and resin note up the front, but melds into this nice yummy chocolate roast coffee, like syrupy body. It's chewy with a bit of tobacco in it. It's got a big body, but it's smooth, easy drinking finish, and it drinks fucking dangerously where it goes down super easy. Got a lingering dark chocolate and roasted coffee, and a little bit of resin in the finish. I've heard it compared where like black IPAs are kind of a weird style because it's usually they're one or the other. They're either an IPA that happens to be black. Please don't bring any racist jokes into this thing. Or it's a hoppy stout.
Jesus, no.
Like usually it's like it could either be an IPA that just happens to be black and tastes just like an IPA, or it tastes like a stout. And this definitely falls in more. This is more like imperial stout category with a lot of hops to it, like a strongly hopped like American, like imperial stout. But I gotta say that it's definitely a good blend. I'm usually not the biggest fan of black IPAs, but unlike some other people, I'm definitely willing to try them. And hands down, this is one of the best black IPAs that I've ever drank. For the style, you're hearing it from me. I'm giving this a 10 for the style.
Wow.
Ooh.
Overall enjoyment, 9.25. I think this thing is fucking incredible.
Kamala Harris was an Indian, then all of a sudden she's a black person.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. She's
No
both.
one introduced this until Nick introduced it.
No, people here didn't see that fucking.
I'm
batshit
glad you
crazy
had to
interview
wait till I was
content.
on screen to
Fucking
see that,
hilarious. It was just the funniest thing ever, man.
So what's
Like,
she? Is she
oh.
Indian or is she black? And I'm like, fuck. She's
Oh my
both?
god, people can be biracial? What the fuck? Oh my god, what? No, impossible.
Anyway,
Yeah.
No,
all right.
she's
Now that
a
we
cop,
lost,
so she's a race
now that we
traitor.
lost all the racist viewers, this one definitely love it. So that's my story. Let's pan out back to everybody. And holy crap, we've been on the air for over an hour. So why don't we settle this whole thing and then run right right back around just to ask people, of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you have rather have had?
So,
How did that start with fuzz?
yeah. How does it start with fuzz? Go Red Beard
Okay,
first.
fine.
I almost don't want to say this anymore because you fucking did me dirty like this. But yours, you filthy bastard.
Wow.
Sorry. Thank you, Beard. Alrighty, so let's go over to Scott. Sorry, I'm half in the bag because I just drank a 10% beer.
So I was going to vote for
That's
yours
the reason.
before you opened your mouth.
Wow.
For Carrie's?
No, yours, Nick. I was going to vote for Nick's before he opened his mouth. There's a lot of things that you said. I was like, I don't like that. I don't want that. No way. And then you come out with a 10 for style and a 9.25 for personal enjoyment. I kind of still want to try it. Like, I kind of want to drive up there and get a few bottles for myself.
A lot of the weird, specific flavor notes Nick is pointing out, I feel like you'd probably just get a nice, like a well-made dark IPA, black IPA. Fuck yeah, man! You'd
I
probably
know,
like it.
but I'm not a coffee guy. I'm not a double IPA guy. You know, there's a lot of things that he described that I wasn't a fan of.
Okay, well, I'm not a coffee guy. Give me a coffee? No. But give me coffee flavor in a beer? Generally, fuck yeah. So I don't know how your palate is on that, but like...
I don't
My
even like
medication's
coffee
wearing out.
crisp. I don't even like coffee crisp. So, anyway.
Okay, I do. I love a coffee crisp, so I'm with you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
so
I hear you.
was going to vote for Nick, and then I said, what he's describing isn't something I want to enjoy. Although I do want to try it. I don't think it's my top choice. I'm kind of torn between Lady Lee and Dan. I kind of want to. I kind of want to do.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, no. I kind of want to do Dan, but I'd rather do Lady Lee. So.
Oh,
Wow.
I think that's kind of a consensus across the entire panel, more or
I think we
less.
want to do Dan or Lately.
No offense, Dan.
Dan
I want you too.
Let's say Lee brings more to the table.
You gotta hide a small child with those things.
All right,
Wow.
Redbeard,
Jesus.
your mic's going fucked up again.
That time it
Dan,
was you, Carrie.
Yes, sir.
Dan, I like your beer. I like your review of it, but I think I'm gonna go with Lady Lee on the taste, on the fruitiness, on the covering of the double IPA. I think I'm gonna go with Lady Lee.
All right.
Yay!
That's Lee. So the next, after Fuzz, there's Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, what do you think? What's the beer you would rather have tried?
Super conflicted because everything you said about your beer, Nick, sounds fucking awesome. And it's definitely a beer I would love to try. But Lady Lee's beer also sounded super interesting, and it sounds more like an actual IPA, which is the theme of the show. So, I gotta side with Lady Lee this time out. I was
But only this time.
Shocker.
Only this time, though. This is the only time
Only
you'll
this
ever
time.
I
side with
voted
Lily.
against her before, so you can
Many
fuck
times.
right off, Carrie.
It's rare, but
yeah, she's stuck in his basement whether he votes for her or not, so it doesn't matter.
all right. Greg, of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you rather have tried?
Well, let's see. Carrie's first beer sounded interesting. I would have loved to have known how awful those terrible vegetables he didn't want, he doesn't like were. But then he went to his.
Chances are, it's Lake of Bay. You can probably get your hands on one and try it and see how.
I probably should at some point, but. Fact is, you switched to Hayes Mama, so I can't vote for you because I've had Hayes Mama. It's a good beer, but no reason to try it since I've had it many times. Lady Lee's beer, I was going to look it up. I can't remember if I think I've had her beer. I don't recall liking it that much, but I might be wrong. It's a distant memory for me. So we got Scott. I don't even know what Scott had. What do you got, Scott? What
He
beer
had
do
a
you got?
grapefruit tasty one that also.
Oh, grapefruit tasty OG.
It was more
just a standard
Starfruit.
double IPA.
Starfruit.
That's right. Okay, and then we got Dan. We don't like to vote for Dan. Lee is. Well, Lee is Lee. Nick, I don't want to vote for Nick. So.
Oh, he put his shirt down.
Fuck you, Greg.
Oh wow! People are just trying to entice you with cleavage all of a sudden.
Chris F. Gray's in the chat saying highest ABV wins for Greg. Well, apparently not.
Ah,
Oh,
Well-
wait? I changed mine to an 8.3. What was yours again? Oh, yours is 10. Yeah, yours does win.
Yeah.
God damn it. Mine's a 10.
Wait, who is this Chris
No, I
person
said I
in
was
the chat?
8.3. You, Nick, is 10.
Chris
This is just
Applegrave? This is a different Chris in the chat. Cheers,
Chris
random Chris in the chat.
Well, it's not Chris.
He's
Anyway,
actually old. I think he's been around for years.
Oh. Well, cheers anyway.
Well, he's not under 18.
Greg is going to go
Jesus
get
fuck.
his vote now.
Anyways, now that we're done discussing, honestly, I think
Honestly.
I think I'm gonna pick the guy in the red shirt today.
The Fuzz?
No, the Nick. The Nick's got a
Yeah.
red shirt as well, and Nick
I'm
has a
not-
black eye.
Orange?
That's more
I
orange.
see Nick as an orange shirt.
Mine's an orange.
Oh,
I think your eye damage is a little bit more just to
Well,
your fucking
okay.
outfit because the
Well,
inside
to-
too.
To me, it looks in the red spectrum. Fuck you guys. I'm voting for Nick. I like black IPAs, so
All
Plus, you're
right.
probably
Except-
used to Nick wearing red shirts most of the time anyway, because he tends to.
That's true.
So.
That's true. I
yeah.
usually
So
wear a
I'm,
red shirt.
I'm
Because
red,
because
I'm
I'm
red blind.
expendable.
So,
Lee,
but
are
I
you-
mean, yeah, black IPAs. I fucking love black IPAs. Plus, that's an Imperial black IPA. So yeah, I mean, that's black IPAs are like the style that's like. If I can get my hands on one, especially Imperial, I will always
Yeah,
drink
you'd
those
love
'cause
this.
they're
The
fucking delicious.
body on it is like perfect for an Imperial. I love
Oh.
it for an Imperial stout. I just feel like this would be great barrel aged if they ever did that.
Yeah. Well, a black IPA usually is better non-barrel aged anyway because you're going to lose all the hoppiness
Well, yeah.
if you age it. But yeah, that beer
Body's
sounds
great.
fucking fantastic. So that is definitely my. So Nick, believe it or not, your blackness has won against Lady Lee's coconuts.
Wow, first time.
And they're a
heard of it.
lovely bunch of them.
They are a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Nick's known for his winning
Here
blackness.
they are standing in the rain.
Wow. All right, let's go over to Mr. Painkiller. Dan.
Hi.
Hi. Of all the beers you had here tonight, which one would you rather have had?
I'm gonna make this quick and easy. Fuck you, Nick.
Fuck you, Nick.
Thank you, Dan.
I think you passed Mr. Lee.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, I think you passed Lee too. Sorry, I didn't even realize it as well.
Speaking of fucking you, Nick.
Lee.
All right,
hey,
Lady Lee. Of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you rather have had?
You still passed Lee.
Passed Lee.
Voted for me. What are you talking about?
Oh, did he? Oh, I did
Yeah. Way to
Oh,
fucking listen.
Mr. Lee.
I'm
voted
sorry,
for
I'm on my
Lady
second beer. Can't help you.
Open your goddamn ears.
I'm gonna. Okay, so interesting sounding beers. I have Greg's. Absolutely not Nick. That is literally every flavor I do not want to have in
my
beer.
beer doesn't sound like you. It's something like.
Not at all. I knew that it was gonna be like a good contender though, because a lot of the guys here like that kind of beer. So
It sounds like something I'd want to see Lady Lee review.
spit it out. My vote is going to the
Uncle
fruitiest
Tui.
sounding beer, which is Scott. He had
The
a lot
other
of
red shirt.
flavors of beer or flavors of fruits that I enjoyed. Greg is just because I have the beer, so it's literally in my fridge. Like I can go out and grab it after this one.
It's
so.
just too familiar. You don't need it anymore.
I literally have it in my fridge. Like I don't have to be
Yeah.
curious about it. It's just right there.
I just have it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. So,
It's Mr. Familiar.
unfortunately, yours sounded the most interesting, but Scott.
All right.
Everybody here, smack the thumbs up button.
Wouldn't be the first time a bear's come out of the woods and stolen Lady Lee.
Everybody in here, jerk that thumbs up button up. All right,
Jerk
so
it.
thank you, Lady Lee, and I guess I'm the last person to vote here. So who am I going to vote for? Fuzz's beer, for example, I can get, but I will run down and get one next time and buy some beer. Lee's
You should.
actually sounds amazing, considering what it is. It's a session IPA. It actually does sound like it's got some character, and a good comes in a 12-pack. I like that. Greg's and Lady Lee's. Both of those Flying Monkeys sound particularly great. I've had I haven't been able to get any good Flying Monkeys beers in a while, but any of their funny, like dessert kind of stuff has always kind of been hit or miss for me. Although both of those do sound interesting. However, there's one beer there that
My
kind of
brain.
really makes me think I really want to try it, and that's Dan's, which is if he's saying he's had an entire flat or a case of that stuff already, and it's just amazing Imperial Hazy IPA, I kind of want some of that.
Now, keep in mind, he is an alcoholic.
And I also want to.
Just
I also
to show
want
you,
to.
there's 3 empty cans here from the last.
And
2
I
days.
just want one thing to say, Dan. Has that got lactose in it?
Nope. No lactose.
See, okay, there. That's the upside there. That's a Dan beer that doesn't have lactose, and we all know how rare that is.
Yep.
All right.
I
Like
also
a
was going to
lactose-
choose another one that didn't have lactose yet as well for tonight.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So when I look at
is
the winner is with a raccoon. Imperial Black IPA from Le Microbus Naufrageur in what's the place called? Carleton-sur-Mer, Quebec.
Nick is like the Eric Hartman superhero, the Coon.
Yeah, Carleton-sur-Mer, Quebec. Which is up on the south shore of the Gaspé Peninsula, not about an hour away from New Brunswick. So
we need like a clapping
from
sound.
Charlotte, right, Scott? In fact, Scott, that
Charlotte.
sounds like a good side trip if we ever go back up to Charlotte.
I'm
Was
trying
a
to
celebration sound?
I'm trying to plan such an event.
That would be fun. I'd totally do it again.
Anyway,
And do
All
it
right.
more.
Okay, so has anybody asked a magic question?
Wrong
We haven't really talked about what we're going to do next week, but we might as well talk about it anyway.
well, didn't we talk about doing a stout next week?
That's a good way to not have me in the chat.
So somebody has to read the most 2 recent comments.
No lactose. The real albino rhinos in the chat saying, no lactose, boo. And Alpino Reno saying lactose Dan is a terrible superhero.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
That's
Oh my God, the real albino rhino's still alive.
Yeah, he's
some
still
gold
alive.
right
Hey,
there.
Chad, how you doing?
I wonder if he's. I thought he was hanging out with Ewart in like Gulf Heaven.
Yeah.
Hey! Whoa!
No need for
Sounds like an
lactose
sounds
in
like
these
an
beers,
asshole.
according to Dan.
Nope.
Alrighty.
No need for them. They're fucking good without it.
Alright, so
Why would you
we did talk
why
about
would you capitalize lactose like that if you don't need it? You weirdo.
Superhero style.
I guess
Oh,
if
oh.
we're thinking that we don't want to lose Lady Lee next week and we don't want to do stouts then.
Honestly, no. If do the lactose, I'm not lactose. Do the
Lactose?
stouts.
Do
Do
the
the lactose.
Lactose?
I'm not projecting any lactose on anybody, but if you want a lactose, I mean, that's just lactose up to you.
Lactose.
How about
That's
you?
gold.
How about make the theme this instead? Laxtose beers that would
What?
give you diabetes.
No.
Oh, fuck, I'm in.
Anyways,
Right.
if you guys,
Oh, good to
Not
go.
As long as it's not drink the darky
if you
beers.
guys want to do a stout one next week, that is fine. I start classes next. Wait, no. Next week's my last week. Okay, no. Wait another week for the stout,
Okay.
because next week's my
I
last.
sort of want to do stouts because I just love Lady Lee's
Yeah,
reviews.
but no, you haven't found the right one. There's gonna
You just haven't met the right stout yet.
There's like the
I'm
like some
fine
like,
with the people saying this, but either I just go for beers that I enjoy, or I just not drink stouts.
no, it's fair enough. Left field makes they made a s'more stout that I feel like you wouldn't detest.
Well, how about this?
You know, I don't
How
know,
about not your ordinary stout?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate you, Nick.
Why not?
I just remembered I'm going to be busy next Wednesday.
One beer, you can do it. Come on, we believe in you.
I've done this stouts many times for this fucking chat.
Lady, you just bring a porter.
Yeah, but one a week.
There you go.
Again,
See, there you go. You're not your ordinary stout.
That's
Your reactions to beers you don't like.
Well, can you get any white stouts in Ontario?
There might be one somewhere, but not
yeah.
that I
Tom
know.
Green
of
doesn't
currently.
make his anymore.
Man, Bo's used to be cool. Fucking goddamn it.
I know, Bose used to be cool.
I am going to say that you should probably save the stout for another day.
Okay,
No, come
so
on.
Hate
fine.
stouts. If you decide to do a stout, I absolutely will suck it up because I've done it many times before. but I would just prefer.
Well,
not to
okay,
do stout.
so you prefer
I
not
wanna
to
see
do a
her
stout.
offer review.
What do you suggest then?
I had an idea in mind.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Oh,
good.
okay.
Dun,
This one I might
dun.
be like.
wait,
shooting myself in the foot.
throw it back at Greg and make it be a sour thing.
No,
Because he
sours.
sours.
It's funny because I was about to say that because like there's a lot of sours out right now. Like
It
a
is that time of
lot of
year.
sours. It's not a general like no. Hear me out. It's not because like anything about the sour specifically. It's just every time I go right now, sours are. I don't know if they're really fucking popular the thing, but everywhere I go, every brewery right now has been giving us sours for samples.
It's
I've
a
seen a
time
bunch
year.
of sours. Like Bose has their sours out. I think New Ontario, whichever it's called now, has their new
Did you
sour
try
out.
it? Did you try
I
it?
have it in my fridge right now.
It
I got
is the most unsour bullshit example of a sour beer.
Perfect. I'm bringing it next week.
Your ex coworker now. Well, I wanted, yeah. She was there the one night when me and my buddy for work went, and yeah, I was telling her all about. It's like, she's like, stop! I have to believe at least slightly in the product I'm trying to sell now. It's like. Because like
Let's do sours. Let's do sours.
their beer sucks. The Grecos they have on site is not even close to being their pizzas.
But yeah, there's
Sorry,
a
yeah.
lot of breweries right now have sours out. It's just something I see everywhere. Like there's so fucking many of them.
Yeah,
Let's do
why not?
sours,
Man,
okay?
wait,
Yeah.
wait, it's been. I feel like it's been a hot minute since we've done a bring your own sour beer.
Well, all right.
And I feel
Besides,
like
it's
Greg will
getting
love
close
it.
to the end of the summer, so maybe there is like some summer sours out there that.
I'm gonna get that sour beer that's not sour at all. That'll be my beer.
All right,
You know,
so
honestly, you probably would and maybe enjoy. The New Ontario one is just the most pathetic excuse for a sour ever. Sorry, Nick.
Oh,
all right,
good.
so
I'm finding
let's have a
flaw.
vote. Say anybody who says they're okay with sours, raise your hand.
Fuck it. Let's do
I
it.
would say sour simply because I do agree they're easier to get right now. There's not really that many.
Fucking hate
stouts that you
sours.
can-
Let's do it.
I hate them too, but realistically, I don't know what stout I would
Man,
even
you
get that's
sent
available.
me a fucking dill
So me
pickle
and Lee
sour.
are the only ones that didn't raise their hands. So I'm gonna say either Lee's podcast.
I also have a
next
blue
week.
raspberry sour, and I still do. I like it a lot.
All
I
right,
still
so
don't like it.
I guess we're gonna do
They're working
bring your
on
own, not your ordinary sour or some shit next week.
Yeah, random, like, random sour, not
Random
Ooh,
sours.
Well,
There-
sours are pretty random.
There's a new Jelly King out as well.
I might be getting another surgery next week, but whatever.
Well,
The only
Yeah,
reason I
that
think that's
easily.
it because it's
Greg's
the season right now
palate-
for sours.
Greg's
There's so
palate
many
will
of
get
them out.
surgery shifted
You know
again,
what?
and now Greg's gonna suddenly love sour.
Blino Reno
Yeah.
posted a thing in saying a one fun one might be no IPAs, no stouts, no lagers. Just like do something different night or something like that. Don't pick the
Well, he
ordinary
did- what-
styles. Get a weird one.
What he just
You know
said.
what? It is okay.
Sours is no IPA, stouts no lagers. That works.
This is the reality that this next week is the last for like the summer because then it's back to school for everybody, like kids and stuff.
True.
So if you want to do
You're
like a summer related thing too, we could do that as well.
I'm
You
sure a lot of the
wanna-
kids.
okay,
I'm
then.
sure a big part of
Right.
our audience is the back to school kids.
I'm
Okay.
still a student.
What? Will they drink what the kids drink, or Carrie? All right. Okay. So do we want to do it then? Like end of
And
summer beers.
if I was going back to grade 3, I'd need some beer.
Did we
I
do?
would-
Did we do summer beers this summer yet? Like a summer crush? Oh, yeah, we did a summer
Yeah, we did
crusher.
summer
I
crushers.
think we've done like 8 different varieties.
I feel
Well,
like
I mean,
we
sours
hands were put up. Sours works.
I get
Yeah.
it, but
All right.
I
Let's
just
just do it. Sours. It is.
Let's just
It
do
will-
sours.
just
They're
do
fucking
sours.
easy enough
Sours
to get.
is kind of like
it is a summer style.
It
Good
is
to
a
close
summery
out the
style,
summer
and this will
with.
be the last week of the year. All right, that's
Yeah.
settled. I want to thank everybody for watching. Of course, Peter's killed those women. We're going to take this shit offline here in a second.
Wow.
Oh
There
my
you go.
goodness.
Shit.
Nick
What
is
the
getting a
hell?
libel suit.
What was that,
Nick, I
Carrie?
just thought of
Is that
something.
Epi?
What? A pea?
Why is it
A
so
pea?
huge?
What the fuck is
Well,
that?
obviously it's not. Nick's been messing with it.
Give
That's
me
why
a
it's
second.
huge.
Give me a second. There it
Okay.
is.
Oh.
Hey, Carrie, can you make that extra thick?
Nick, I just thought of
Ooh.
something.
No, not on the fly.
What's that, Lee?
No.
Okay, I
Wait,
just
wait,
thought of
wait,
something,
maybe?
and this will be just for you.
What?
Oh, wow.
So, because I kiboshed your stout for next week,
Oh,
I'm looking at the calendar. Wednesday, the 11th of September. That is the one right before my birthday.
there you go.
Wow.
I will do stouts with you.
I made a thick rag just for
your
you.
birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
We'll
but
do. This is what it's going to be a theme. I'm going to be more specific. A stout you think Lee would enjoy.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Because all you guys have tried to put me on stouts.
We'll see. All right. Okay.
I feel at this point, this is like a bunch of dudes like talking to a lesbian and saying, oh, you just haven't had the right dick yet.
We're talking lots of dick.
We're not offline yet, are
All
we?
right, well, we're going offline. Have a good night, folks.